Hello everyone, adventurers and wanderers. Welcome to Patch Rundown. Now that patch 1.0.3 for Diablo 4 is finally out, along with it comes a plethora of bug fixes, gameplay adjustments, and balance changes. While bugs and issues are indeed quite annoying and sometimes even game-breaking, majority of them are pretty specific. So if you haven't encountered or noticed one for yourself, chances are you might not be that interested with the fixes. Long story short, however, bugs now are being fixed. So let's just jump to the part where everyone is excited about. Namely gameplay adjustments and balance changes. Woo! Nightmare dungeons have a significant increase in XP, both from completion of the dungeons and via killing mobs, which should make the dungeon runs more rewarding to do. But the more interesting part is the ability to fast travel to a nightmare dungeon after using a sigil. Coming from someone who is quite averse in doing dungeons in general, because of how unrewarding it usually feels in comparison to the time spent doing said dungeons, even I am quite excited with these changes. The unfortunate thing, however, if you are going solo like me, and are still on World 3 with lower nightmare sigils, namely Tier 1 and Tier 2, the XP increase is barely noticeable, so you might be better off completing your renown grind and doing some legions, hell tides, and Tree of Whispers, just until you reach World Tier 4 and start getting more consistent Tier 3 plus sigils, of course. Speaking of hell tides and Tree of Whispers, with the update you will also now get more XP rewards from Helltide chests and completion of each individual Tree of Whisper quest, as well as more higher quality loot from the Helltide bosses. Not quite sure if this would make hunting them more enjoyable though, since they're literally walking damage sponges, so only after a bit of testing, aka hunting them, will tell if the time spent to get the rewards is worth it, or if you are still better off doing the world events and opening chests during a Helltide instead. Now for the main event. Drumroll please. Okay, we don't have any. But it's balance changes. And in a surprising turn of events, everyone gets buffs. Well, to their basic skills and some of the lesser used skills for each class, as well as a couple for some aspects and items. Except for Sorcerer, they get a damage reduction nerf on their unique weapon. Not that it matters by much since most Sorcerer builds are tanky enough as it is anyways. Now, as this is a rundown, we won't be going through the whole list of buffs that each class received. The amount of buff skills pretty much warrants a video of their own for each class. But the general gist and intentions of the buff seems to be make more builds a bit more viable and to make basic skills a lot more impactful, especially when you are just starting off or playing through the campaign. Well, I would assume that it's the purpose of said basic skill buffs, as well as to bring some of the lesser used skills in line or as closely to the meta ones. Obviously, this might take a few days before the community comes up with a new build, like that one Necromancer misbuild that only got popular recently. That is of course, if said buffs is enough to shake the meta or bring about newer meta builds. Now, with all of this in mind, it would seem that this update is pretty much tailored around balancing the leveling experience, most likely in preparation for Season 1, and even if it's not, it still feels like a positive change overall, and with the devs planning to increase monster and elite density of endgame content during early Season 1, hopefully it only goes up from here on out. Obviously, there's still a couple of changes I'm waiting to be released as well, namely the gem bag, which hopefully is already on the works, as well as improved drop rates for the big 6. You know that ultra rare uniques which you only get from level 85 plus enemies? And even then, there's only 2 documented drops of the Harlequin crest, and that's pretty telling how rare said uniques are as of the moment, and hopefully just more content in general. But I would guess that's what the upcoming season is for. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Just a pretty quick rundown of patch 1.0.3. Comment down below what other things or what changes are you awaiting for the next patches that will be coming out here on out. Have a wonderful rest of the day, you wonderful people. Bye for now. Like and subscribe if you enjoy and want to see more maybe. And stop by my Twitch stream sometimes. Stay safe and goodbye. Woo.